Hello, welcome to Continuous of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station. Hashtag today.
The National Target Program for Ethnic Minorities and Mountainous Areas is a comprehensive program consisting of 10 projects jointly managed and implemented by 23 ministries and departments. Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee worked with the Propaganda and Education Board on the implementation of tasks with a positive, proactive spirit with many innovations and creativity.
Top news. The National Target Program for Ethnic Minorities and Mountainous Areas is a comprehensive program consisting of 10 projects jointly managed and implemented by 23 ministries and departments in Cần Thơ City. A conference to review the 3-year implementation of National Target Program for socio-economic development in ethnic minority and mountainous areas in the South was taken place on July 3rd. In the period of 2021-2023, the total allocated capital of the program to the southern provinces is more than 2,277 billion dong, accounting for more than 5.4% of the total resources of the program. Cần Thơ City, in particular, currently has more than 38,000 ethnic minorities, accounting for 3.04% of the total population of the city. The rate of poor households among ethnic minorities accounted for 1.14%. The city strives that by the end of 2023, poor ethnic minority households will decrease by 0.76%, equivalent to 75 households, to 0.38% compared to ethnic minority households, equivalent to 38 households. In the first 6 months of the year, the Propaganda and Education Board of Cần Thơ City Party Committee closely followed the political tasks of the City Party Committee and the Propaganda and Education sector, implementing the tasks with a positive, proactive spirit, with many innovations and creativity, cumulative 40 per 78 tasks. Task groups with now 75 jobs, ensuring quality and progress according to the requirements of the plan. From the beginning of the year until now, the Propaganda and Education boards at all levels in the city have actually advanced the party committee to develop a plan to thoroughly grasp, implement, and summarize the party's directives and resolutions. In particular, focus on advancing on the midterm review of the implementation of the resolutions of the party congresses at all levels for 2020-2025. Timely proposed the topic of studying following Ho Chi Minh's talk, morality and style in 2023, with many effective and practical new models associated with directing and orienting propaganda and education activities to mark 20 years. Cần Thơ City become the centrally run city, January 1st, 2004, January 1st, 2024. Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee Nguyễn Văn Hiếu suggested the city's Propaganda and Education Board step up propaganda and education activities on political events, closely following the resolutions of Politburo, the National Assembly and the government, strengthen the work of information and propaganda of the resolutions of the City Party Committee, actually advising and resorting for the City Party Committee on theoretical and practical issues for the ideological and party building work of the City Party Committee. Mr. Nguyễn Thị Khiển, Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee, who is also head of the Sitting Committee for Voluntary Blood Donation Campaign in Cần Thơ City, attended and directed the conference to review the association's work and the Red Cross movement voluntary blood donation in the first 6 months of 2023, implementing the 11 Red Journey program organized by Cần Thơ Red Cross Society on the afternoon of July 3rd.
From the beginning of the year until now, the Steering Committee for Voluntary Blood Donation has received 17,867 blood units, received 51 registration dossiers for tissue and human organ donation, etc. The conference also implemented the 11 Red Journey Program 2023, which is scheduled to take place on July 6th. Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Nguyễn Thực Hiện directed the city's Red Cross Society and association at all levels in the coming time to continue implementing programs, movements, and campaigns such as the Movement for Good People with Good Charity, general capacity to build compassionate communities, and nutrition programs for poor and disabled children, aside the Department of Health to direct the Cần Thơ Hospital of Hematology and blood transfusion to ensure medical supplies to coordinate with the Red Cross to organize blood receptions in the community. We shall continue to launch and carry out the works to celebrate the 20th anniversary of a centrally run Cần Thơ City, the 77th founding anniversary of the Vietnam Red Cross Society, and the 46th founding anniversary of Cần Thơ Red Cross Society with practical actions.
We turn to other news. The Mekong Delta is covered with the flood season in 2023, according to the Southern Institute of Irrigation Planning. This year's flood forecast is low, but the flood tide is quite high, which can flood many localities. Accordingly, by July 31st, the flood water level in the upstream area of the Mekong River is forecast to reach the highest level of 2.2 meters in Tân Châu and 1.88 meters in Châu Đốc. As of August 20th, it's forecasted that floodwater levels in the Mekong River headwaters will be as high as 2.7 meters in Tân Châu and 2.23 meters in Châu Đốc. These water levels are also higher than in the same period in 2022, but 0.24 to 0.29 meters lower than the average of many years. According to a brief report from Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers on WhatsApp, seafood export in June 2023 is estimated at nearly $800 million, down 21%. However, the decrease of the following month is lower than that the previous month, helping businesses hope for a recovery in the remaining months of the year.
Representative of WhatsApp said that the main import markets of seafood, such as the US, EU, China, Japan, continue to be dominated by inflation in inventories. However, some markets such as Japan, South Korea, Australia, and some Southeast Asian markets are still considered as optimistic and potential destinations. It is forecasted that import demand in markets will gradually increase from July to August and improve more in the last quarter of the year to meet the consumption demand of the holiday season.
According to information from the Airports Corporation of Vietnam, or ACV, in the first 6 months of 2023, the aviation market recovered quite strongly. The volume of transport operation of flights and passengers at airports on tend to increase. According to experts, the recovery in international passenger volume is due to the open door policies of countries, including the recovery of the Northeast Asian market. Meanwhile, domestic passenger volume reached nearly 42.4 million, up to only 2% over the same period in 2022, a rather low growth rate. The Standing Committee for Policies on Social Insurance and Health Insurance of Gia Lai District organized an online conference for the launching ceremony, the second phase of 2023, in response to the month for the implementation of universal social insurance communication and mobilizing people to participate in voluntary social insurance, household health insurance.
To respond to the month of campaigning for the implementation of universal social insurance, communication, mobilizing people to participate in voluntary social insurance and household health insurance, Gia Lai District organizes mobile propaganda utilizing cars and motorbikes with attached social insurance media messages. The objective of this campaign is to continue to propagate and directly mobilize workers in the area, such as farmers, craftsmen, small traders, and traders in the markets to participate in voluntary social insurance, household health insurance for health care, and pension at the end of working age.
The Children's Culture House in Ninh District cooperated with Ho Chi Minh Communist Union, the district's education and training chamber, to summarize the second musical instrument festival in 2023. The festival took place from July 1st to 2nd with 63 contestants from kindergarten, primary schools, secondary schools, and students from children's culture clubs from districts South Ninh Kiều, Bình Thủy, and Sóc Trăng province attending. At the festival, each contestant chose to have a solo piano, orange, trumpet, guitar, and etc. with a duration of 3 to 5 minutes. As a result, the organizers awarded 31 prizes to the contestants. And now a quick check on weather condition. Thank you very much for your attention. Please visit us on website kênh TV.vn. Bye for now.